Okay. Welcome to C² FedEx label training. Okay. You want to start here on the Google screen, and then I just went ahead and typed in FedEx, so we can highlight that. Okay, this is the welcome page. So here's where we want to type in the user ID and password. And that information is actually located on the inner office. It's the handout B. And each of us get one of these, but I don't think everybody's aware that this information is actually kept here. So go ahead and type in the... And this is all case sensitive here. So if by chance you were to get locked out, because you only get 3 attempts, the only person that can unlock it is Brooke. Which not everybody's aware of that.
I can't tell if I...
ES. IES, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Okay. Okay, the first box here is, we really don't have to do anything with my shipment profiles unless you want to pull up a user that's saved in here, and most of the time we save every user just for future reference. But we're going to skip this part here, so leave it on, yeah, and select. So from the first box here, you want to hit edit, and this is the person that's actually sending the shipment. Go ahead and select my name, and you can always send under, someone that's already saved in here, or you're welcome to put your own information in as your create a profile. Everything's already filled in here, but it's really important that every box is actually complete, I guess. Yeah, very important phone number. You have to have a phone number, else it won't let you print a label. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do Cynthia, because this is good for charge code purposes. She's saved in here as a recipient, but I think if this will give you a better idea as if you were creating your own first-time label. Contact name is going to be Cynthia Yanez. And it's pulling up her name because she's already saved in there, but we're just going to go ahead and pretend like she's not in here. So if we don't select her name or highlight her name, then it's going to go ahead and do that. But that's fine. It's okay. And I always like to put the address to, I like to put the suite number and whatnot down here. And again, if you don't have a phone number in your recipient's line, it will not let you create the label. You cannot. It'll take you back, or it'll be red and tell you that you need to fix a box. 1,000.
I was half right.
I got this address memorized. Okay, see, there's a phone number entered, and you don't have to, since we don't use extensions really, I mean, we're all connected, you don't have to put an extension in, but if you did have an extension, you would want to, of course, put it in there. And this information is mostly for the driver in case he's not unable to deliver the package. Then last case scenario, they're going to call this number and say, where do you want me to leave this package? And there have been times where they've actually been there before the office is open. So having a phone number is a really good idea. And another thing is up here in the address too, sometimes some of our DC mailers will have a mail stop, and you'll want to enter that information there as well. Or you could put the suite number in the address, 1 bar, and then and then the mail stop and address too. Okay, and then you'd want to save this, so we could go ahead and just put save changes in address. That's fine. So select that box there. Okay, box 3 is your shipment details. This is where the number of packages you're sending. You'd just be sending one. Sometimes we send 2, and then it'll create a label for both of those boxes that if you select more than one, it's going to give you 2 labels. Because each box has to have a label in case they were separated, I suppose. Yeah, FedEx standard rate. And then your pounds. You have to enter a weight in here. It's all re-weighed before it's put on the truck. So an estimated weight is fine. Doesn't have to be exact. But I think they've changed something here recently. So I think that if you select the package type, which is, further down. So if you were sending like an envelope, I think the max weight it'll allow you to take is 1/2 pound. So go ahead and select that. And then in the pounds, we'll put 0.5. Yeah. Did you see that red? That was just telling you to draw your attention to that box, I guess. The declared value, we don't do anything in declared value. I mean, I believe that's an insurance type thing, but we have copies and backups of most everything that we send, so we don't insure anything. It's probably not a very good idea, but we don't. Service type, we would be sending it overnight. There's 2 overnight selections here. So priority overnight should get there before 10 a.m. If you were doing first overnight, it's going to be there before 8, and then the cost is triple the time as just a 10 a.m. delivery, just 2 hours later. And yeah, so go ahead and select that, the priority overnight, and then I'll show you later how to check the price and the cost. So you're always able to kind of check yourself. Okay, this is where I say you may be able to follow the instructions just because you're all familiar with, using a website. But this is how to do it C-Squared's way. The bill transportation stays the same. Don't ever change this box because this actually identifies our account information. But the reference area, the 630401 is our standard overnight task and project number. It's a way to code it so that our accounts receivable and payable knows who to charge the package to. But if you were sending this for to a customer or client, you'd want to enter the project code and task number in there. Yeah, and this is very, very important. Anytime you send anything, it's either going to have the 630 if it's inter-office, 401 that identifies our division, or for a client, then it identifies the project. Okay, so that's all we enter in that field. And then special services, you can hit edit there. This is if you want to ask for a signature, and we found out that through trial and error that to ask for a signature, if you ask for one specific, it charges the price goes up $3 because they collect $3 for every signature. But FedEx doesn't drop anything off without a signature anyway, so you don't have to, if you ever had to track your package, you'll still see who signed for it because they don't leave a package that's not signed for. So I just say no, and I've rarely had to use this, but there have been cases, where we have had to kind of go back, like if something's dropped off at a base, then whoever signed for it, you're able to kind of locate the package. It gives you a better place to locate the package. Or we've sent things to people that, maybe that are like projectors or equipment that we've sent to somebody's hotel. Then we know who signed for the package and where to locate that package based on the signature. Okay, so we're just going to leave that blank. And then the pickup, drop off. This is where we would be dropping our package off. Some of these are not available to us, but scheduling a pickup, you could do that if you had something that wouldn't fit in the box or you didn't have time to take it to the location. So you would select that if that's what you were going to do. But I usually just do the drop-off package at, at my scheduled location, because that's just identifying the box downstairs. And then the email notification. This is where you're going to receive your packaging information, like your tracking number. And what I've been doing, which is I think a really good thing, is since I may not be the primary contact on who your client is, if someone was to ask you to send a package, you would want to put that information in the recipient email area. And then if you wanted a different, if you weren't using my profile, for instance, you could put your own email account in the first box. And then it gives you additional, there's like 2 or 3 other. And what this does, by selecting these different boxes to the right here, you're going to get a notification in your email on the ship, and that's going to automatically assign a tracking number to it. And then I'm not really sure what tendered means. I've never had to use that. But the exception is in case the package wasn't able to be delivered, no one was there to sign for it. They won't just leave it out of business. And so it's going to tell you that, unable to deliver. Or we also have had the exception used when FedEx had an accident. Packages were scattered all over the interstate.
Nice.
And so, we got an exception saying that, or even due to bad weather, when the airports are iced over, whatever, the plane can't land, then you get a notification that way. And then the delivery is when the package has actually been dropped off. It'll tell you that the package has been delivered. And then this rate and transit time, this is where you can actually check yourself to make sure that you've selected the right shipment. And so you can hit this view all services. And so that brings up every one of the delivery times and, based on the way that you want it sent. So I think, wasn't that one that was before 8 o'clock? You can tell right up here, it'd be a $56 to have it delivered 2.5 hours earlier. It jumps significantly, $56.71. So we always try to stay with the, 10:30 is fine. Saving $50 there. Okay, and then if you've done everything correctly, you can go ahead and in box 5 you'll complete your shipment, so select ship, and then this will tell you if you've done something wrong. If you see your label, then you're good to go, and that's pretty much it. This is another way you want to check and make sure. I always check my information again just to make sure that I've entered all the information correctly, because it's going to go wherever you said to the address that you put in there. And then I also like to, just for my own reference, I guess, make sure that I have, put the billing information in correctly. And then, of course, my overnight, all that. So you go ahead and print. If you want to print. But you can also, from here too, this is another good, if you did mess something up, you can go back and select one of these tabs where you can edit, or you can cancel the shipment, or, create a totally new, in case you've forgotten, one of the boxes or skipped over it. You don't have to go back through and completely redo the whole label. So it's just got some, I guess, user-friendly things to keep from having to start completely over. But this is also good for, there's only a handful of people that actually know how to navigate through the FedEx system. And, if someone was on vacation, the person that knows how to do it, you could possibly be asked, hey, do we have anyone here that knows how to create a label, or I've got something that needs to go. And so, because we're focusing on also cross-training, everybody kind of knows more now than before. You might want to suggestively volunteer that or not. I don't know, but that's it. It's really not that difficult. Any questions?
No.
Do you feel like you're experts now?
Yes.
Well, no, yes. We're gonna be held accountable now.
Next shipment, I got stuff that's going out today. Can you make me a label?
Yes, I could. With this training and these handouts, I can.
Okay.